See, in other locker rooms, people bring their stereos, they play music, people joke. My locker room is serious. No one smiles. Look, I just don't like people telling jokes in my locker room, all right? Jeez. You see, now's not really a time to tell jokes. Some serious stuff is about to happen. You know, when I step into that cage, I feel like Superman stepping out of a phone booth. See, I am overcome with a single desire: to win. See, there is never anyone who wants to win more than me. I enter the cage to Joan Jack's bad reputation. And I see Kat Zingano. I glare at her. Yeah, I want her to stare at me. I want her to see that I have no fear. I want her to know that she stands no chance, that she's going to lose. Yeah, I'm bringing my A game because that's all I've got. See, I want to annihilate her. I want to embarrass her. I want to force her to admit it. I want to force her to admit that I'm the greatest female fighter on the planet. I'm Ronda Rousey. It's been almost 40 years since Laurel Thatcher Ulrich first observed that well-behaved women rarely make history. But even now in the 21st century, women are continually policed for their appropriateness. Nowhere is this more prevalent than in the athletic arena, and MMA fighter Ronda Rousey is sick of it. She offers us a ringside seat in her fight for respect and equality in the ring. In my fight, your fight. By Ronda Rousey. Look, judo wasn't making me happy. But you see, I was riveted by MMA. See, I wanted to be there. In the ring. I wanted to stand in the octagon with my hand raised as the crowd cheered. So in May of 2010, I transitioned to MMA. But everyone said no. See, everyone thought I could do it, but nobody thought that I should. Yeah, they didn't think winning anything in MMA was worthwhile for a girl. Well, they weren't wrong. A career in women's MMA just wasn't there. I wouldn't be able to make a living until MMA radically changed. And I thought, I could be that change. See, I thought I could change the entire MMA world for women. I mean, you can't tell me it's not possible. Seriously, who on this earth is more qualified than I am, huh? Kat Zingano. You know, I've been preparing for nearly 2 years. See, 2 years ago, our first Ultimate fight had fallen through when she injured her knee. During her recovery, Kat's husband committed suicide, leaving behind Kat and their young son. Yeah, I knew she was going through the toughest fight of her life. She wanted and deserved a shot at the title. She was the #1 contender for my belt. The ref calls us to the middle. We touch gloves. The morning of September 8th, 2012, my cell phone rang, and it was head of the UFC and Ultimate Fighting champion Dana White. And then he told me that I was going to be the first woman ever in the UFC. Well, you know, it took all of my strength not to just jump up and down. But I had to play it cool. So I said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking the chance." Yes. Yes, I promise. I'll make you look like a genius. Cat came in with the flying knee, so I angled left, and I turned Cat, getting on top of her. I pinned one arm behind her back, threw my leg across her neck, and I pulled her arm straight. She tapped my entire fight with Cat Zingano. Lasted 14 seconds. It was the fastest win ever in UFC history and the fastest submission ever in a UFC title fight. I jumped up and down victoriously. Cat stayed crumpled on the mat. And for the first time in my life, I saw a person on the ground, not a competitor. You know, I recognized the disappointment in her face. The same pain I felt when I lost the Olympics. Oh, I'd been there experiencing that same kind of devastation, the overwhelming numbness, the disbelief. You know, after every single fight, I look at the person who lost and I tell myself, well, she is just trying to do the same thing as me. I just don't feel bad. For the first time in my career, I knelt down. And I embraced my opponent. You see, that's why I fight. I fight for anyone who's ever been lost, who is battling, or who has been left behind. I fight the institutions that put up these glass ceilings that must be shattered. I fight to make the people who hate me see me smile, and I fight to make the people who love me proud. This wasn't about being good at judo or boxing. No. This was about creating. And I know that when I leave, women's MMA must be self-sustaining. From the moment that we stepped into the octagon, I could tell that the belt just wasn't meant for Cat. Just like the Olympic gold wasn't meant for me. But I also knew that the worst moments brought the best times. And I hope the same would be true for Cat. But right now, it is my moment. And there is a sense of fulfillment. And there is the indisputable knowledge that I am the greatest in my role in the history of the world.